I'm Doug McKinney from Fort Ashby, West Virginia, and I have a Oliver Legacy Elite 2, hull number 1384. So the way this started was I was interested in getting a travel trailer. I spend a lot of time with my dogs and I enjoy travel, and getting a travel trailer was a way I could share that adventure with my dogs. I also have a number of close friends who are RVers, and I'd been talking for a couple of years about the idea of joining them and doing some adventures together. I was originally looking at an Airstream because I wanted something that was comfortable and well made, and talking to one of my friends about shopping for Airstreams, he said, well, if I were doing that and I were going to purchase a trailer at that price point, I'd also look at Oliver's. And I said, what's an Oliver? And he said, go to the website. And from there, I went and looked at Oliver's and did more research, looked at different websites, looked at RV Trader, looked what Oliver's, or how few Oliver's were coming up for resale on RV Trader, and realized that this was something that was special and different from anything else out there. I have family in Nashville and decided to make the trip from West Virginia down to Tennessee and come here and visit the factory and look at them. When I came here, the experience was so impressive that I ended up buying or ordering my Legacy Elite 2 while I was here on that visit. So I came down, I met with my salesperson, Phil Andrews. We talked about the trailer, visited, looked at them in the showroom, and then I took a factory tour. The other thing about Oliver that impressed me so much was the opportunity to be able to see every step of the manufacturing process of the trailer, how it's put together from start to finish. And that gave me, first of all, that it was a company that was confident enough in their product to let the customer see how it was made through every step of the process, and just the quality of what I saw in how it was built. Basically, that's what sold me on the trailer, was just seeing how well it's made and how proud the company was of how it's made. So I've got a number of trips planned this year. I'm doing small trips this year, relatively close to home, the furthest one being about 10 hours away in the Outer Banks. I go to the Outer Banks every year to Ocracoke, and this year, instead of renting a house in Ocracoke, I'll be staying at the National Park Campground, which is right on the beach in Ocracoke. For those who know the Outer Banks and know Ocracoke, know that that's really the only place you can be staying right next to the beach. I'll take a larger trip next year out west to see a friend who has a ranch in Montana and Glacier National Park, and go up into the Canadian Rockies. But this year, my first trip is a bunch of small trips to just get acclimated. I was talking to my father this morning, who was in the boat building industry for many years, and I said, getting a travel trailer is a lot like getting a new boat. And in the case of Oliver, that's especially true because it's built a lot like a boat. There's a lot to learn, a lot of systems to, get familiar with, but my goal this year is to try to do a number of small trips and just get comfortable with it. And then do a very large, long trip next year out west. So I live in the mountains of West Virginia, so I spend a lot of time outside, hiking in the mountains, and just being out in nature in general. I'm a little surprised it took me this long to think about purchasing an RV, because it really fits with my lifestyle of being outdoors. So if you're thinking about an Oliver, it's worth making the trip to Hohenwald, Tennessee to see them and to see how they're made, because that was the aha moment. I came with high expectations because of what I had read about them, and I read, it's 2023. There are, dozens of reviews, dozens of people who've reviewed Oliver's, have reviewed hundreds of people who've reviewed other trailers. You can look at all of that stuff on the internet and spend a lot of time on the internet. None of that's really going to tell you about the Oliver until you actually come here and see it. So if it's something you're seriously considering, I'd come visit the factory because that will be the aha moment for you, is when you see how it's made.